So I know that when astrologers and energy readers share with us that the upcoming time, the celestial moment, is going to be a little bit challenging, potentially really scary, and even some of us might spiral into fear and anxiety and even depression. So I want to remind you, I want to right off the bat here just say that when something is challenging, it is so because we need that challenge to form us into who we are supposed to become on the other side of what we're going through. Oftentimes in our lives, we ask for things, we pray for things, we decree, we plead with the divine, and we say that we want something. And then in order to receive it, we must become a person who is expanded enough to have the space to hold it. So for some of us, that might include a challenge. It might include some triggers. So I want to remind you that your challenges are making you into the person you're supposed to be in order to be able to receive what you're asking for. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the B community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and a couple times a month, I like to do these energy readings where I tap into the collective consciousness right around the full moon and the new moon, which are heightened points of energetic frequencies. And what I do is through my own channeling and through using oracle cards and a little bit of astrology, I come up with these kind of concise messages for what we need to know around this time. And this super full moon in Aquarius is an intense one. So this is going to be something that you're going to want to really navigate with as much grace and consciousness and awareness as possible. And I hope that this video will help you do that. Before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, which is me. If you're not familiar, I have a line of spiritual jewelry. We have these talismans, amulets. We have about 7 or 8 now, and each one has a different code on it. 3 Hebrew letters and a prayer on the back that helps the wearer to manifest their will. So if you're looking for emotional, mental, spiritual balance and just being organized and on top of your life and feeling really good, then I recommend the balancing amulet, which is this is the original one in solid gold. I wear this every single day. We have cosmic love for manifesting love. It is so powerful. It just works. We have the goddess amulet, which if anybody's looking for to enhance their fertility or to enhance their manifestation and their creative abilities, birthing things into this physical world, I recommend that. Anyways, we have a bunch of really beautiful talismans over there. See if one of them is calling you. We have a quiz that can help you decide which one works for you. We have them in mini and original size. We have earrings as well. And I'd like to give you a code for 10% off your entire order, even solid gold. If you order solid gold, you're gonna have it forever. You can pass it on to your children as an heirloom, to your grandchildren. It's gonna last forever. So use the code SUPERMOON or use the link below. I think it'll automatically apply it. Or use the code SUPERMOON and visit alchemybylay.com. You can take the quiz there. It can help you decide which one to choose. Thank you for helping me to sponsor my own videos. I appreciate you. I love you. Let's get into the video. So we have this super full moon in Aquarius, August 11th on the 12th for some parts of the world, but in Los Angeles, Pacific Standard, it's going to be at 6:35 p.m. on August 11th. So I picked up on a few themes, and I actually felt that this full moon feels very convoluted and very murky for me, almost as if the energy is kind of elusive and it wants to be experienced more than it wants to be rationalized. So first and foremost, what I want you to consider is that this full moon is going to take you on some sort of ride, some sort of wild emotional ride. And you want to ride that ride and you want to experience and feel everything you're feeling. But of course, always, as always with a full moon, we're going to experience heightened emotional intensity. And so we don't want to be reactive. We don't want to attack our loved ones. We don't want to let out our anger or frustrations or whatever it is that we're feeling on other people. Instead, we want to observe what we're feeling. We want to let it out in positive ways, such as journaling or working out or going on a walk, talking to a therapist, talking to somebody, going for a healing session, just dealing with this heightened energy in a very productive way. This tells the world, the reality, the matrix in front of us, it reassembles because you're showing this growth, this maturity, and this willingness to interact with the game in a much more balanced and level-headed, peaceful state. And so peace will come to you. Peace has to come to you. But the things that I've picked up on is, the first is that this is a big full moon for letting go. If there's something that you've been needing to, maybe something just came up for you right now as I was saying it, if there's something that you've been needing to really say goodbye to, whether it be a person, a situation, a place, a thought form, maybe it's the way you think about a certain thing, this full moon is going to really, really support that. It's really supportive in letting things go. So full moons are all about things coming into wholeness, into completion. It's illuminating information for us. We're seeing things more clearly. And so in this full moon specifically, when something comes to a close, we can finally let it go. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily not serving you anymore. It could potentially be that you're just done with this, okay? And not in a negative way. You've finished this cycle or you finished this project and now it's time to just let it go. Let it go and don't let it define you. Don't be attached to it. Don't be attached to any outcomes. You're really supported in that right now. A lot of astrologers are talking about how it will be a challenging time. And like I was saying in the beginning of this video, just remember, constantly bring yourself back to no matter how big or how small the challenge is, whether it's a parking ticket or a breakup or a loss of somebody that you love or a loss of a job or whatever it can be. It could not be a loss too. It could be just a little bit more responsibility. Perhaps you're welcoming somebody new into the family, a baby or, a pet, or taking on a new job, right? Whatever it is, in whatever way it challenges you, in whatever way it feels like it's a little bit difficult, just know that it is forming you into the person you've always wanted to be and the person that you're supposed to be on this planet, to live from your deepest, highest aspect. Without these challenges, we wouldn't be as multidimensional as we are. Now, the thing that's really positive about the spiritual experience, and that's incredible, is that every human goes through issues and through challenges. It's just that, wow, that's the most beautiful beetle ever. Wow, just landed on my flowers outside. It's just that when you have your spiritual practice and when you go through the spiritual journey, when your challenges arise, you know that you're not alone. You know that your higher self is always guiding you and that you're connected to God and that you could always ask for help. So I really recommend asking for help from the divine during this time if there's something that you need. Literally as small as Jupiter just got spayed, my puppy, and he's been so bored at home and I need to keep him relaxed and recovering, and he's been just really, really difficult. And it's difficult to work as much as I work and to create as much as I create and also keep up with all other aspects of my life and also have this really bored, healing puppy at home that I have to watch all the time. And I reached my breaking point the other day and I just asked God, please help me with this dog. Please, I need a little bit of assistance. And I don't know what happened, but literally overnight, he became a perfect boy again. He sleeps all day now. He pees where he's supposed to. He waits to go out on walks. He stopped biting me again. It just ask for help from the divine. That's something that I want you to pick up on. Okay. Oh, by the way, I remember I forgot to give you guys journal prompts on the last full moon reading. I'm making sure that I have it for you this time. Another thing that I picked up on is a desire for freedom or a pathway to freedom. So we have this Aquarius energy, and the Aquarius energy is the revolutionary, right? It's the truth, it's the freedom, it's knowledge, it's power, and it's the freedom that we get from knowledge. And so if we receive any news, any new insight with the light of this supermoon, the light of this super full moon, just know that knowledge, that new wisdom is giving you some sort of freedom or some sort of power. Whatever piece of information you're receiving is going to strengthen you. It's going to strengthen your resolve, okay? It's going to free us in some way also. So maybe you'll get some information on your health or through relationships or connections or through work, but in one way or another, it's going to help free you. Okay, and that's something that you really want right now. A lot of us we might even be in a relationship, in a commitment, and we start thinking, well, I need some sort of freedom for myself. Or maybe you're in a job, or your job is making you feel like you don't have the freedom that you want. Or maybe you're looking for some sort of financial freedom. And in regards to that, there could be some sort of rockiness around romance and finances around this time. Just know that this isn't going to last, and what it's doing is it's teaching you how to do better, how to up level, okay? It's also important to really grapple with this idea of wanting freedom and understanding that you can still have freedom despite your financial or romantic situation. If you're in a relationship, in a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that if you suddenly start feeling like having freedom that you have to end the relationship there and then and move to another country. And while for some people that's exactly what you should be doing, for most of us, when we are with a partner that we love and that we want to stay with, finding freedom within that relationship and creating some sort of structure that gives you freedom is going to be really nourishing right now. You might feel a strong desire to just be in your own world for a while, and it's okay to disappear for a little bit, to come back and then share what you've learned and what you've experienced. And if you have a partner waiting for you, just share that process with them, that you need that bit of freedom right now. The quality of time is continuing to speed up. I do feel like August will feel a little bit slower than July did. It's going to kind of be giving us a little bit of a break from all the accelerated work we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of work on ourselves and in the collective, and it's kind of time to catch up and enjoy the fruits of our labor, and also to just take some time to relax and allow yourself to relax. We have a heavy and potent Saturn energy, and this potent Saturn energy is also making things feel a lot more sober and intense, a lot heavier. There's something that we have to take responsibility for, that we have to step up and claim responsibility. And this isn't a punishment. This is your calling to develop an aspect of yourself further, to mature and to learn. Again, to bring it to the Jupiter situation, you guys know I mentioned in past videos that, sometimes raising a puppy by myself, it might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but usually people who live on their own don't necessarily have a little puppy. Usually rescues and dogs are adopted by big families, or families at least, right? Or couples. So I have been looking at my challenges with Jupiter as training for myself to step more into my maternal abilities, my maternal self. And that's been really helpful, because whatever responsibility we have to take on right now, it is forming us and teaching us how to be ready for something bigger than what we currently have. So that's a beautiful thing. A theme that came up for me is restriction. There might be kind of a falling into overindulgence or oversharing, maybe emotional dumping on people. And we might want to do that with that heightened emotional intensity with a full moon. But I want to remind you that what's best to do here is, rather than erupting, choose to stay calm, choose to sit with your emotions, borrow that Aquarius, calm, cool, collected energy, but also remain open-hearted and open-minded, and do this balancing act between the coolness and the warmth. And make these emotions, make these overindulgence more about self-analysis rather than about dumping on other people, blaming other people for certain things you're experiencing or feeling. Hope that makes sense. So as I was saying, the quality of time is slowing down slightly in August, but it's continuously in the major arc of all what's going on. Things are speeding up. And somebody was showing me that in my last reading, I believe I was saying that the quality of time is speeding up. And I think that they just came out with some article that says that our days are actually getting shorter, that time on Earth is actually speeding up. That blew my mind. It's always nice to have that kind of validation and confirmation. The last thing I want to bring your attention to is love. Whatever comes up for you during this full moon that feels heavy and that feels difficult, if you continuously return yourself to the concept of oneness, and that we're all love, that we all come from love, that we all return to love, and that we're all really connected to one another, that's where the answers for your challenges are going to lie this month. Continuously bring yourself back to the interconnectedness of all things, remembering that this is a dream. It's all a dream, and everything is okay. Everything is going perfectly, and you can just love people, and you can just love yourself, And when you're not sure what to do with the emotions that come up, just choose love, choose loving yourself in whatever way that looks like in the moment. Usually when we go with love, when we choose love, when we have 2 options or 3 options or whatever, when we choose the most loving option, can't go wrong. So I want to know in what way that translates to you during this time, what that feels like to you. I want to offer you a couple journaling prompts for this month. Remember that there's no wrong answer when you do these journaling prompts. You're simply exploring your own heart, your own consciousness, and tapping into this energy that's being offered us. Oh, I did forget to talk about this. Dreams are a big thing right now. You're going to be experiencing insecurities coming up through your dreams. These are gifts. They're showing you what's existing in your subconscious mind. Please journal about that. So let me ask you for the first journal prompt. What theme has been coming up for me in my dreams? And if you're somebody that doesn't remember your dreams so much, just set your intention before bed that you will remember and understand your dreams and see what happens. The second question is, what insecurities have been coming up within me? In what ways can I work through these insecurities? You can list things such as hypnosis, affirmations, journaling, whatever comes up for you, right? The next prompt is, what is unique and different about me? And how can I embrace my true nature more? In what ways can I allow myself more freedom to be myself? It's a big time for being your unique, whole, individual self. So the beginning of this month may have felt a little bit chaotic for a lot of us. It's going to strengthen itself out after the full moon. Things are going to calm down. Everything's going to start making sense. There's going to be a lot more clarity. Please come back and let me know what happened. I hope you enjoyed this full moon reading. If you did, it would really help if you put a thumbs up and a comment. If you subscribed, if you aren't subscribed already, and turn on your post notifications so that whenever I share a video, you get alerted and I can talk to you because you're one of the first ones here. I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me sponsor my own videos. Alchemy by LA. The link is down below. And until next time, have a beautiful full moon. I love you very much. As always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.